Artificial intelligence is rewriting the rules for just about every industry out there. But nowhere, and I mean nowhere, are the stakes higher or the questions more complicated than in the legal world. Today, we're going to unpack the real story of AI in law. It's a tale of incredible promise, some pretty serious peril, and the steps being taken to figure this all out. And it really all kicks off with a very, very human problem. This quote right here, it frames AI as something much bigger than just a new gadget. It's positioned as a potential lifeline. I mean, we're talking about a profession that is absolutely grappling with burnout and just crushing workloads. So the idea that a piece of tech could come in and just wipe away all the repetitive, soul-crushing tasks, that isn't just an upgrade. That's a full-on revolution for people's well-being. And yeah, the benefits go way beyond just feeling better at work. We are talking about tangible, bottom-line impacts. A survey from the Law Society found that over half of the firms using AI saw productivity jump by 25% or more. A report from PwC figured AI could slash a firm's operational costs by up to 30%. Now, that money means more competitive fees for clients and more cash for firms to invest in their people. From lightning-fast research to automated compliance, AI is promising to make the whole legal machine run faster, cheaper, and a heck of a lot more efficiently. Okay, so one of the most powerful things AI can do is in the world of prediction. It's called legal predictive analytics. Basically, it uses AI to chew through mountains of old case data. We're talking court filings, how judges have behaved in the past, settlement histories, to try and forecast what might happen next. It helps you answer those million-dollar questions like, what are our actual chances of winning this thing? Or what's a realistic settlement number? It's all about moving from pure gut instinct to a real data-driven strategy. And this is a perfect example of how AI can tackle one of the most mind-numbing tasks, just keeping up with regulatory changes. They call it automated regulatory intelligence, or ARI, and it's basically a system that just never sleeps. It scans the entire globe for new rules, uses natural language processing to actually understand them, and then zaps the important need-to-know updates straight to the compliance teams. It turns a manual, reactive nightmare into a proactive, automated dream. So the promise is huge, right? It sounds amazing. And this is the big pivot, with all of this power comes an incredible amount of risk. The legal field, by its very nature, runs on precision, on judgment, on confidentiality. So you have to ask the hard question, is this technology really, truly ready for that kind of responsibility? And this right here gets to the fundamental limit of the AI we have today. It doesn't think. It doesn't grasp legal principles or ethical gray areas. It is an unbelievably sophisticated pattern-matching machine that has learned to mimic legal language from all the data it was fed. If you mistake its predictions for actual legal analysis, well, that can lead to some seriously bad outcomes. Yeah, we've all heard the horror stories about lawyers citing fake, completely hallucinated cases that an AI just made up. But honestly, the real dangers are often much quieter, much more subtle. A single tiny error can spread like a virus through dozens of documents without anyone noticing. Over-relying on it, especially if you're a junior attorney, can actually dull your legal judgment. And just uploading sensitive client data to some third-party AI platform, that is an ethical minefield waiting to happen. So, all this brings us to the response. Faced with this powerful, kind of scary new tech, regulators and professional groups are not just sitting around. They're racing to build the guardrails we need to make sure AI is used safely and ethically. Let's take a look at what that actually looks like. Just look at the flurry of activity from the UK's Financial Conduct Authority. What this timeline shows you is a super rapid acceleration. They've gone from just publishing initial thoughts to launching a full-on AI lab and a supercharged sandbox so firms can test this stuff securely. The FCA is actively trying to shape the future here, pushing for innovation while keeping consumer protection front and center. And here's the thing, you don't always need to write brand new rules for new tech. Groups like the Solicitors Regulation Authority in the UK are making it crystal clear that the old principles still apply. That duty to provide a competent service, it means you absolutely must double-check everything the AI spits out. That duty of confidentiality, it means you have to protect your client's data, period. And this is the big one, supervision. The firm, the human lawyers, are still 100% accountable for anything an AI produces. You cannot outsource responsibility. Okay, so if the core problem is that AI is just a really good language mimic, the next obvious question is, well, can we make it smarter? And the answer to that is leading to this whole new evolution in AI, trying to move it from being just a simple tool to becoming a genuine reasoning partner. And this is where new frameworks like KRAG come in.
It stands for Knowledge Representation Augmented Generation, which is a mouthful, I know. But here's the idea. Instead of just dumping a whole library of text on an AI, KRAG gives it a structured map of legal concepts, like this inference graph you see here. It actually teaches the AI the relationships between legal ideas, which helps it reason more like a real lawyer does.
And does it work? Oh yeah, the results are totally measurable. In a test using questions from the Japanese bar exam, which is notoriously difficult, the standard GPT-4 model scored a really impressive 82%. But look what happens when you add the KRAG framework on top. The accuracy jumps all the way to 88%. That is a huge improvement on a really complex, high-stakes test.
But it's not just about getting the right answer once. It's about being able to trust it. It's about consistency. This shows that KRAG dramatically improves how stable an AI's answers are. The base model, if you asked it the same question twice, would only give you the same answer about 68% of the time. With KRAG, that consistency shot up to 88%. If you're going to use this in a professional setting, that kind of reliability is everything.
So we have smarter tools, and we have clearer rules. But this brings us to the single most important part of this whole equation, the human lawyer. Because no matter how advanced this technology gets, it has some very real, fundamental limits. Look, practicing law isn't just about processing information. It's about understanding a client's fears, it's about showing empathy, exercising subtle judgment, and taking personal ethical responsibility for the advice you give. In a world that's getting more and more automated, these uniquely human skills don't just stay relevant, they become an absolute premium. This quote from the USI Affinity Legal Advisory just says it all perfectly. Judgment, care, and ethical responsibility. Those are the pillars of the legal profession, and they are qualities that, by their very nature, you just cannot code into an algorithm. You can't outsource them to a machine. So, the takeaway here is pretty clear. AI is an incredibly powerful tool. It can absolutely augment what a lawyer can do, but it is not and cannot be a replacement. To use it safely and effectively, it's going to demand constant human supervision, unwavering ethical guidance, and professional judgment every single step of the way. And that leaves us with the big question for the future of this profession. There's no doubt AI is going to continue to change the lawyer's toolkit in ways we can't even imagine yet. But can a tool, no matter how intelligent it gets, ever truly replace the core of what a lawyer does, exercise human judgment? That's the question we're all going to be answering for years to come.